Well, hello everybody. It's Mr. Robbie from the Mr. Robbie YouTube channel, or as I like to call it, the GooTube, because Google owns YouTube, so I call it GooTube. And I want to welcome everybody. First of all, I want to thank everybody. Over 200 new subscribers in the past, 2.5 weeks, I think, since I've been posting a lot of new content every day, uh, mostly all political oriented, politics oriented, and I'm really very happy and surprised, and happily surprised that so many people so far have come to my channel. Um, I've mentioned this in a post a couple of weeks ago, or about a week ago, that I have been on social media, several sites since 2018. So what is that? 6 years or so, and I like it. Haven't done much on YouTube before, as you can see from my earlier uh, videos and things. Mostly personal types of vlogs and random things that I decided to film. But now I've started to do more political things here on the GooTube, as I had been doing on Twitter for a number of years. And I thought it was time to, well, the time was right, I think, to move a lot of my videos and things and start doing more on the GooTube. Um, so this, I think, I'd like to make this video sort of the first in a, I don't know, you can call it a vlog or you can call it a podcast. I don't really know what the difference is. And I have a working title for it. You could tell me what you think of it. I'm calling it right now, anyway. If you have another better name, you can let me know. I'm calling it right now Mr. Robby'S Bullet Points, because I have a clipboard with bullet points on it. Just things to talk about, sometimes political, sometimes not. So I'm not really sure, like I said, about the name, because it is a violent name, bullet points, but that's what they are, that's what they're called. And so some things I want to talk about, let you know a little bit more about myself, and we'll see how it goes. Let me know if you like this kind of content, if you like what I'm talking about. If you want to see more of it, please let me know. I've done personal vlogs before, so I'm not new to being in front of the camera. Okay, so obviously, or maybe not, maybe it's not obvious to everybody, I am American, and it's no big secret. It's in my bio. It's always been in my bio, in the about, or more. You know, you see more next to a person's name. You can click where it says read more, or whatever it says there, and you'll see that I am in Switzerland. I am American, and I live in Switzerland. And I've been here since 1990. And now I know a lot of people, especially the MAGAs, are going to say, well, you don't know anything what's going on in America because you haven't been here for 33 years. Well, that's just not true, and it's just a lot of BS. I do stay up on the news. I mean, I'm not living on, on the moon. We do have internet, we do have telephones, we do have television. We even have MTV, even though they don't play music anymore, but we still have MTV. And so, I'm American, I live in Switzerland, and I've been around the sun more than 63 times. So 63 and a half times I've traveled around the sun. So I have experience, I have what you might want to call wisdom, but I have learned some things over my time on this blue marble. what we also like to call Earth 1, because, well, we know Earth 2 is bizarre world where the MAGAs live. So I'm on Earth 1. So I just wanted to begin with that little introduction about myself, and get right into it now. Um, the big election is coming up in a few months. Of course, that's what we're all talking about, and we know who's going to win. Uh, it's no secret. But I want to talk about the past a little bit. In 2016, that election, that terrible, terrible election, when the orange fart bag came down that golden escalator in my hometown, New York City. Election day 2016, well, just about maybe a few days or a week before, people were asking me if I thought Trump would win. And I said, no, he's a clown, he's a joke, and he couldn't win because I thought, and I said, the American people are just not that stupid. That's what I said, that's what I believed, that's what I told them. I said, no, it couldn't possibly happen. It happened. And I don't know what to say about that, except that it happened for days and for weeks and even months after. I remember, especially days after that election, people asked me, what the hell happened? And for all that time, all those days, weeks, and months, I have always felt compelled to apologize and to say that I have no idea. It shouldn't have happened. And it shouldn't have happened, especially because Trump didn't ever want to be president. It was a publicity stunt. It was a joke. He wanted to become relevant again, and that was his way to do it. He had the money to do it, and he had the friends to help him, and unfortunately and surprisingly, and I still don't know what happened, he won that election. So whatever you might hear or think you hear or think you know about Europe, Europe hates Donald Trump. I am telling you, I'm smack dab in the middle of Europe. That's where Switzerland is, just about smack dab right in the middle of Europe. And I can tell you, I have friends here who are not Americans. They're other Europeans, or they come from other countries in Europe, or they're Swiss, or they're German, or they're Italian, or they're from Portugal. Europe hates Donald Trump. That's just a fact. So no matter what anybody might tell you, I'm telling you. Whatever anybody else might tell you, listen to me. I'm telling you. Europe hates Donald Trump. And nobody wants him to win. Nobody. Nobody. Everybody here was just like, what the F happened? And it was still like that for years, all through his term. I'll talk a little bit more about Trump. I still have a lot of bullet points about him. No surprise there. So not just about him, but also about the MAGA morons, or the MAGA maggots, whatever you might want to call them. I used to call them maggots. I've started to, in the past year, call them morons, because they are morons. I'm sorry. That's my opinion. So you can't sue me for my opinion. Okay. Culture wars. MAGA is big on stupid culture wars, whether it's a green M&M or a purple M&M or an M&M with boots or eyelashes, or what they might even want to call a transgender Eminem. Give me a freaking break. They're angry about a transgender uh, woman or girl who had a beer, a Bud Light beer, on her, uh, I guess it was TikTok account. It wasn't even advertisement. She just happened to have it. I don't know exactly the story behind it, but I've read that it wasn't even a paid um, endorsement or anything like that. People got what's that idiot's name? Kid Rock. He goes out and he buys like 20 cases of Bud Light, and like an ass, he just takes his gun and I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot that beer. I'm gonna shoot that beer because I'm a man. I'm gonna shoot that gay beer, that transgender beer. Screw you, Anheuser-Busch. I'm shooting your beer. I gave you all my money for that beer, and I'm gonna shoot it now. Like, didn't prove anything. What did it prove? Nothing. It meant nothing. Nothing. Culture wars mean nothing. Something new about Trump, maybe you haven't heard this before, about a week ago, complaining, he wants Joe Biden back in the race. That's what he wants. After months saying he should get out, now he wants him back in the race because, or else he wants a refund of his money that he spent on all of the campaigning he did against Sleepy Joe, right? I want a refund. I'm going to sue. I want my money back. Well, first of all, it's not his money. It's all the money that the MAGA morons gave him. You can't sue for what you spent. Okay? Give me a break. Yeah. One thing he said, which is really stupid, he said, I'm not even going to get into it, just for something stupid that he said. He said, Canada is a threat to national security. And he says that the United States is a third world country. I want to go back to something, what I was talking about earlier about myself here, and what the MAGAs might think. Oh, you, Mr. Robbie, you haven't lived in the United States for over 30 years. You don't know what's going on. I do know what's going on. The thing is, I'm not living in a bubble. People in America, especially, I would say the MAGAs, are living in a bubble. It's a bubble of the United States, a bubble of their own making, the MAGA bubble. We outside of the United States, and even in Canada and other countries outside of the United States, we can see the big picture. We hear everything from all sides. We see everything from all sides. We can see the big picture. We know what's going on. We're not stuck in that bubble. So anybody wants to say, well, you don't know anything, you don't live here, blah, blah, blah. Screw you. I'm telling you how it is. I'm actually telling you how it is. What more can I say, or can you say about Shady Vans, or some people call him Dim Shady, right? Dim Shady or Shady Vans. Talking about the cat ladies and people with no children should have less of a vote. What does that mean? That means that in the United States, all people are not created equal anymore? Is that what he's saying? That it's back to single people or unmarried people or people without children get half of a vote, maybe less than one vote, or less than they're not allowed to speak their mind on a subject that they might know something about or have an opinion about, but because they're not in that club of parenthood or whatever the club that they're arguing about is, they have no right to talk about it or to vote about it. Well, I don't have any children, and I vote. My vote counts. I've had a cat. I love cats. Who doesn't? Well, maybe Shady Dim Vance whatever his name is. Maybe he doesn't like cats. Um, but it's just a ridiculous concept to think, or even to say, that you are not, your opinion or what you want doesn't matter because you don't have children. Well, if we're going to go that route, how about this? Um, as George Carlin has put it in the past.
So you know what I tell these anti-abortion people? I say, hey, if you think a fetus is more important than a woman, try getting a fetus to wash the shit stains out of your underwear. For no pay and no pension.
The next time, or whenever, a man is going to give birth, let him have something to say about freedom of choice and pro-choice and abortion and all of that. Otherwise, keep your nose out of it, keep the government out of it. One freaky, I think, and I don't even know why, they want to, and Vance wants to do this, he has said it, and it's in that stupid New World Order Project 2025 manifesto. They want to track girls' menstrual cycles. Why? That's just creepy and weird and invasive. Oh, there's lots of words you can call it. And it's none of their business. We can go on and on about the whole abortion thing, or pro-choice, or freedom for women to choose what to do with their bodies, and also it's a family's choice. For whatever reason, they might have physical reasons, they might have health reasons, they might have economic reasons. People have accidents too, right? So if you want to go the Project 2025 way, when they outlaw all contraception, that includes condoms and IUDs and maybe even boner pills, even though they're not contraception, but they're sort of in that area. When they outlaw that, think about that. Where are you going to get your condoms from? Mail order China? What is that? AliExpress? You're going to buy your condoms from AliExpress? Well, good luck with that. And I remember when politicians stayed out of our bedrooms and our bathroom. I've said it before, and maybe I think there are a lot of people who might agree with me. Ronald Reagan is the cause of a lot of the religious fervor, let's call it, in the United States. It started in the early 80s because Ronald Reagan got cozy with all of these evangelists like Billy Graham and the PTL Club. If you don't know what that is, I don't know if that's even in existence anymore. The PTL Club was a TV show called Praise the Lord Club. And then there was the 700 Club, another religious fanatic evangelist program. And so, Ronald Reagan is to blame for bringing religion into the White House and into the government, and causing a lot of this chaos. A lot of this, well, we wouldn't, I don't think there would be MAGA or these crazy religious nut jobs on the MAGA side without Ronald Reagan's help.
And what can we do to silence these Christian athletes who thank Jesus whenever they win, never mention his name when they lose? Not a word. You never hear him say, Jesus made me drop the ball.
So yeah, I'm 63. You might think I'm old. I don't think I'm old yet. I'm not officially a senior citizen. So I'm not calling myself old, but you might think I'm old. But I still remember a lot of things from when I was a child, when I was growing up in the 60s and the 70s, and then into my 20s and the 80s, and then my 30s and the 90s. I remember things, how life used to be. And I'm not saying, oh, let's go back to the past, because no, that's not me at all. I'm progressive. Progressive means you move forward, progress, not going backwards. But I'm saying they would still be, or maybe they might still be that way, or a lot of it might still be that way if it wasn't for religion, guns and religion. A lot of that, I think. You can argue facts with me, that's fine, but not my opinion. Anyway, so this was the first edition of Mr. Robby's Bullet Points. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have watched it. I hope it's been interesting, maybe a little bit informative. Anyway, let me know what you think, and I'll try to do more of these when I have something to say. I'm not going to promise it'll be a weekly thing. It could be. Depends on what happens in the news. It depends on the types of things I think of. Okay. As I always say on my vlogs, because I don't like to say I'll see you later or see you in the next video, because, you know, I'm never going to see you. But what I do say is, you'll see me later.